Alright.
Alright, so starting doing it. So your mum.
Yeah. When she was at home, before she moved out, it was always the boys that got everything first, and it was the girls got everything second. But that was the way that she was brought up, because the boys were the money makers way back when.
That was the times.
Yeah, and the girls were the homemakers. So females didn't really count. So that's what my most impressive years were. That was the thought process. Then she left when I was 10.
Yeah.
It was very soon after that she took Erica. Oh, no.
So Erica went with her?
Yeah, because she was the youngest, and I think it was said around the family that she was too little to be left with so many other kids and only one parent.
Well, she was the only kid that didn't have the R as the first name.
Yeah. Supposedly, Dad raped me. So that was Mum's punishment for Dad. He didn't get to name the last born. All a load of crap, but who knows?
Really?
Yeah, who knows why?
Where the fuck did that come from?
I have no idea. No idea whatsoever. I think it could be something that Erica made up just to make herself feel special.
Wow.
Yeah,
I hope that's not the case.
I don't know. Yeah, so Dad raised the six of us, and it was reasonably soon after that Russell and Robert left. Because they were boys.
If Noeline, sorry, Erica,
Yeah.
was a product of rape,
Yeah.
why would Nan take her?
I don't know.
Wouldn't that just be like dragging around a bag of old memories?
You'd think, wouldn't you? I've got my own thoughts on it.
I can't imagine Grandad doing that, and I don't even know that.
My thoughts are she's the product of Mum and her boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, that's another
No,
story.
sorry.
So then Dad went
Was
out.
she loving towards you guys? Like, so she had Robert and Russell that were gods.
Yeah.
But then what about you girls? How were you guys treated? Like, were you basically treated like slaves, or?
To be honest, I don't remember any of it.
Yeah.
I've only got a very small memory of my mother. We were all sitting at the kitchen, we had a long kitchen bench, and we were sitting there. We'd come home from school, Mum would be at the bench, and she'd have one or two of her friends at the bench, and they were all hopping into the beer. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
okay.
that's basically my memory. So I can't imagine that she was very loving.
I don't remember her being a loving nana.
No, she wasn't.
Like, I don't.
No,
I got nothing.
and she wasn't.
Did she drink VBs?
I think she did.
Because for some reason I've got a picture of her in my head in like the big pink fluffy nana gown
Yes.
with a VB.
Yeah.
I've got that's my portrait photo of her.
I don't know if that was the morning or the night.
Wow. Okay.
Anyway,
That explains a lot.
back to the wonderful man in my life. He looked after us.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looked after us kids. Now he worked his ass off. Oh, bloody 24/7. He was incredible.
I remember him being amazing.
Yeah. I forget where I was going with this one now.
When Nan left with Erica, you were left with Grandad.
Yeah.
He was the very loving one.
So he still had the thought, which is back in his day, of the boys and workers, the girls will go to the house. So it was still sort of the same, but not to the extreme where Mum took it.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, we all had to do the housework and everything. Lost it again. We were going somewhere with this, weren't we?
You were the one doing all the housework, all the girls, the
Yeah.
boys were out working.
Yeah, what was we starting up with? Do we want to pause this for a minute?
No, that bad.
Okay. What was I trying to get to?
How did Nana treat Grandad?
I don't remember any affection in the house.
Really?
Yeah. When Mum left, the one thing I do remember about Dad was he always gave us a kiss goodnight.
Yep.
He came in, gave each one of us a kiss, and then turned the light off. So yeah, I know where I was going. That's why I am the way I am today.
Yep.
Which isn't
Go on
making
again. That's why you are the way you are today.
Because of the whole upbringing, the only thing I ever wanted in life,
Yep.
my great ambition was to be a mum, have 10 kids, and stay married to the one person.
I remember that.
And that would be my life. And I would just raise my kids, and then my grandkids, and then my great-grandkids, and they would all come to a beautiful home all the time.
I remember that.
That was my dream.
Yep.
So I think that's why I keep going back for more shit from my family, because I still
You
still want that
it.
family.
Oh, Mama. It'll happen. What button?
Electric.
I don't care about
I'll
the
do it.
button. Easy. But no, I remember that you always tried to get people together.
Yeah.
Like even after the family, we ran away and everything like that, I still remember being in one of our houses. It was a 2-story. Demountable, I think it was Marucci or somewhere.
Yeah.
And then the little old guy who lived right next to us.
Yes.
I can't even remember his name. It was so long ago. But pretty much any time around Christmas, you would just find these lonely people, and you would just bring them in.
They can be my new family. I still do it to Archie. I'll take him down Christmas lunch, and
Everything that
So
you
that
went through, why would you want to?
so I could do better than what.
Show them how it's done.
Yes.
Gotcha. Well, there you go.
Well, if you've got a big family, you're never lonely. There's always something going on. Some drama. Or someone's having a baby, or
Wow.
yeah. You know, spend 3 days prior to Christmas, cooking food.
Is that why I want a big family?
Possibly.
Just without the kids?
That's why you got dogs. I've got to blow my nose.
Wow.
Yeah, you're doing exactly what I did before I had Tiali. Whenever I got clucky, I'd go and buy a dog.
Because no, I've always wanted like heaps and heaps of brothers and sisters. I can't keep the one I've got now. But no, I remember that you wanted a big, big family.
Yeah. But, up to you.
Stop the perfection.
Absolutely. That's the story we're going to run with, isn't it?
Until they find out.
Yeah.
Wow. So did you guys do anything around Christmas as a family? Like did you all sit around the table? Like even after Nan had left, did she come back at Christmas or anything like that?
No,
Or was it pretty much broken from
yeah,
then?
she never came back because she left and immediately went into another man's arms.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I think Erica was a love child from a lover.
Oh,
This-
so you think that
this
the
is-
man that she went back to,
Yeah.
Nan went back to, was Erica's dad?
Yeah, this was an affair that was going for a long, long time.
Well, that explains why she sort of looks like you guys, but not really.
Yeah. She's the spitting image of
Yes.
grandma,
Yeah.
my grandma.
Oh, I see. Raylene in her face.
Yeah, not so much.
No?
Spitting image of my grandma,
Oh,
your
there you
great
go.
grandma. She was as skinny as, yeah, that whole
I'd love to see a photo.
of
Your grandmother?
your great grandmother.
Are you serious? You have a photo?
Would you believe it? In amongst all the stuff we packed into the caravan,
Hmm.
there are some photos. I found them last night.
What?
Yeah. I'm getting. I couldn't believe it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So where were they hiding for her not to find them?
They were in the caravan.
Oh, in
I
the
don't,
caravan.
I don't know why I packed them though. I've got no idea because they're just random shit. That's your great grandmother.
Holy shit. Is Nan holding Tiani?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow. She is a skinny little thing, isn't she?
Yeah.
Did I put that let's
Yeah.
get physical on there?
I don't know.
It looks like something I'd do. Raid your photo album.
Probably.
Put stickers on everything.
So yeah, that's why I think Derek is not of this family.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how was Grandad? Like, I've got my memories of Grandad. Was he a nice dad?
Oh, he was lovely. Yeah. I don't have. Gee, I'll tell you what, I don't have one bad memory of him.
No?
Not one.
Were you guys well off when you were younger?
No.
No? Poor?
No, we're quite. Oh, I suppose in comparison to a lot of people.
I was in comparison to how I remember my childhood, like being well off, like
No.
our Christmases
No,
and
Oh, our Christmases were big, but there was nothing during the year.
yeah.
The big things were we went to the show. I remember going to the show, Melbourne show. Every year, or probably not every year, but a few times. And we'd walk out with all these like fistfuls of show bags,
Yeah.
and we'd spend all day there. You know, but there was that. There was Christmas, but then there was nothing else. You know, and amongst all the Christmas presents was our school uniforms and our school books and
Yeah.
our any clothing that we need for during the year and all that sort of thing. That was our presents.
Yeah.
And there was like one or two good presents. And then Easter, because of when it fell, that was when we got our winter jammers and a pair of slippers.
Oh, okay.
And one Easter egg.
Ah, okay.
So that's the way Dad worked it all.
So who had the black and white dogs? I remember dogs being called Salt and Pepper.
Oh, that was Dad's second wife. She wasn't very nice.
When did he meet her? How old were you?
Would have been a year after Mum left.
Yeah.
She was good friends with Dad's sister,
Okay.
and that's how they met. And they hit it off. I think Dad waited a year for Mum to come back,
Yeah.
but she never did. So he got up, started dating her.
And she wasn't nice. What did Dad see in her? Granddad see in her?
I don't know. Company?
Because I remember, like, I don't have a real big memory of her. Like, I've got a picture in my head. She's standing there with the little dogs around her, because they were poodles, weren't they?
Yeah.
Of them, like, around her feet, and she was standing at the back of her house. And there was steps, and I think there was a shed off to the left. But it was in a backyard, like a small backyard.
No, it was a big one.
Might have been
It was a small front yard.
She was near wooden steps.
Yeah, front yard.
Okay. And then she just had this very sour looking face. I remember the photo. She was standing there, she looked very beautiful, but then when you looked at her face, it was just very...
Yeah. And she wasn't nice at all.
Did that have much to do with her?
No.
Did that have much to do with Grandpa?
No, not a lot. Because that was the time when I was with David. Dad didn't approve of David.
Oh, okay.
And David, unbeknownst to me at the time, was just so controlling. I basically had nothing to do with my family at all.
So he basically isolated you.
Yeah.
Well, that explains why I don't really have any memories of anybody.
Yeah. Because I didn't see anybody. It was always his family. And they were just all nuts.
You know what gets me the most is these memories that I have, they're all based on photos. So am I just remembering the photo and not the memory?
No.
Because I remember there was a photo of me, and then there's that egg in my mouth. That was half an hour.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't remember anything either side of that.
That was in the backyard at Spray Street. And a lot of your cousins were there too.
Yeah, I remember because there was a wooden fence.
There was Laura, there was Donna.
Yeah, I've only just heard these names. Still blowing my mind.
The wooden fence was across the road from where we lived.
But yeah, I remember that again. It's from a photo. I don't think I have the memories. I have the memory of the photo, and then I think I created something from that.
I do that a lot too.
So
yeah, I create my own little memories from a photo.
There are two photos. There's one of me under a table or near a table with all the adults with the egg in my mouth.
Yes.
basically stuffing myself.
Yes. Easter egg.
And
Not
then
really.
the part 2 of that photo is all of us cousins, like John and Chris, all of us lining up along this fence.
Yes.
But that's a memory of a photo. I don't.
Well, how do
to
you know?
go because I've seen the photo.
Yeah, but how do you know it's not from memory too?
Well, why were we against the fence?
It was Easter. You were out there playing a game of.
That sacky game where you stand in it.
Yes. Oh, we were doing all sorts of games for Easter,
Yeah.
so you were all out in the backyard. Could have been an egg and spoon race that you were doing.
Yeah.
Could have been a sack race. Yeah.
So then when you were 10, she left, you were left with Granddad.
Yeah.
So when did you leave home? Like, was that time with Granddad on his own with no mum? What was that like? Was that happy? Do you remember anything from it?
No, not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot?
No.
Were you close with your brothers and sisters in the house?
No.
How big was that? I have so many questions.
It was that was very clever. It was your normal 3-bedroom house.
Mm-hmm.
The front was like this high off the ground,
Okay.
and it went like that. So the block was on a really
Oh,
quite
okay,
a
yeah.
slope.
Yeah.
So there was like 10, 12 steps coming from out the back door down to the ground.
Yeah.
So we had the 3 bedrooms. Because there were so many girls, Dad built another bedroom off the 3rd bedroom.
Yep.
So we had mum and
Like
dad
on a
in
sun deck or something or whatever, sunroom.
Yeah. We had mum and dad had theirs. Russell and Robert had a set of bunks in theirs.
Yep.
And then in the 3rd bedroom, there was 5 beds. There was 2 bunks and 1 single. That worked for quite a while, but
Oh my God.
but then the girls grew up, so Dad built another bedroom, like 3 steps down into another bedroom.
So 5 of you girls shared one room.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when the 2nd bedroom got built, how many of you shifted out?
I think everybody was still there at the time. So the 2 oldest, Randy and Rosalind, they were down the bottom.
Yep.
And then there was me, Raylene and Erica
Yep.
up in the top part.
Ah, okay, yep.
And then the 2 boys still had their room.
Yep.
And mum and dad.
Wow.
And then we had Nan move over from Tassie. She moved her.
Your nan?
Mum's Nan.
Skinny one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dad got her a caravan, so he put that out near the sun deck, which was off the 2nd girls' bedroom.
Bloody hell.
She was a big house.
Wow. I don't remember it being. Did I ever see the house?
Oh yeah, you would have, but not really.
I
can't imagine Hildy letting you have free rein to go through the house.
Aw, I'm cute.
No.
So whose house was it? There was. I've got a memory of you, my nan, and me.
Yeah.
I was sitting at. Again, this could be like an ad from a TV. I keep saying this in my head. I'm like, it doesn't sound like a part of my life. It sounds like a TV life that I've gone, I want that. So I've just put my faces on everybody. So I've got this I've got this memory. I come out of my bedroom. Oh, it wasn't our house, so that's a plus.
Right.
It was somebody else's.
Okay.
You were in the kitchen, I think it was in Victoria, because everyone was in dressing gowns. So you were in the kitchen, I think you were making toast or probably friggin' porridge. I think it was porridge. This is why I keep thinking it was a TV commercial. You and Nan, for some reason I've got you and Nan in the kitchen. Both of you are wearing your dressing gowns, but the kitchen was sort of here. There was the walkway to go out the back door, and then the dining table. And then the rest of the house was up here. I don't remember much of that, but I just remember these two rooms. And then the kitchen had like the U-bench, so it had like the island bit like ours does. How it juts out into the middle of nowhere and you've got to walk around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I get up in the morning, I walk down to where you guys are in the kitchen and then the dining room. And then as I sit down at the head of the table, you guys were cooking porridge. So Nan's brought me over a bowl. I know this is such an insignificant memory. Someone's serving me breakfast. But Nan came over in her pink dressing gown, served me breakfast, and then I didn't even get a chance to stand up. Instead, she smothered me with the boobs and like did the big Nana hug. That's why I think it was a memory on TV. For like Heinz porridge. No, Uncle Toby's porridge. But I've got a memory of that. Got nothing?
I've got nothing. If you could look out the window when you're sitting at the table, what are you looking at?
Oh, there was a thunderbox outside. The toilet wasn't inside, it was outside. No? I don't think it was that far away from the house. I think it was relatively close to the house.
I've got nothing.
Was it a thunderbox? No, I think it might have just been a toilet on the balcony, like an outside toilet, but it was still part of the house. And the fucking sink was always frozen. No? Well, my guess it's probably is a memory from a TV, because I couldn't imagine like you and me. I don't recall any of the other family. It was just the three of us, which is weird. So I think it might have been an Uncle Toby's out that I claimed as my own. Good memory.
Absolutely.
Well, there you go. All right.
Oh, I just wasted 10 minutes.
Wow. That's mental.
Yeah.
Okay, so when did you leave? So being in the house, you remember it being a happy, fun,
Yeah.
cramped time.
Yeah.
So who was the first one to leave the house?
Oh, they all just.
Everyone just started
Yeah.
leaving? When did you leave? Why did you leave?
Well, that's another story too. I was quite happy at home still. I was 18. Yeah, and I just got my licence. And then Dad got a phone call from Rosalind saying that her husband was beating her up.
So Rosalind had already moved out.
Yeah.
Yep.
And married and already had 2 kids.
So who was at home with you at that stage when you were 18? It was you, Granddad.
Must have been Raven.
Yeah. Because Nolene was off with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I said to Dad, I'll go up. Because she was in Queensland at the time.
Oh, okay.
And I just got my licence and Dad brought me a car. And I said, well, I'll go up and I'll pick her up and I'll bring her back home. And
So she already had 2 kids at this stage. So
Yeah.
that would have been Laura and
no, Jodie and Craig.
Jodie Craig. I've still got this memory with Craig and I don't know where the fuck it's come from.
Neither do I. Well, I don't even remember. But I know
But I remember him being like, I remember when I was younger, I don't know if it was him. For some reason I had this thing with headbutting. And I'd always headbutt him in, I thought it was Craig, but I always used to headbutt him in the hip. I don't know why. Constantly, it was like a magnet, it was like fucking there, and it was just like constantly. It was the first thing I did was always fucking headbutt him.
No, you haven't had anything to do with them.
No? Because I've got another memory of sitting down on a bed. I don't know whose house it is. Probably the same house that had the really tall bed that I was telling you about, but that's another story. Yeah, and playing video games and stuff with him. Were video games even around back then?
Oh, you're thinking of the wrong Craig. You're thinking of Jane's Craig. David's nephew.
I don't know. I just know that there was a Craig in my life. And he was, I'd say like 6, 7, 8 years older than me.
Yeah. That's Jan's boy. Craig and Bradley.
Bradley!
There you go. That's the Craig, you're not... Yeah, you're getting your Craigs mixed up.
So now that we know that, does that dinosaur story make sense? Like a medieval farm, there was like old castles that you could go up into.
Yes.
And there's a photo of me and Charlie hanging out like an old window with like medieval written above us. And then someone's on the ground and they took the photo. I remember Craig being there.
That would have been in Echuca.
And there were dinosaurs there. Like big plastic fuck off ones.
Yeah, that would have been in Echuca.
Oh well, I have a memory. Bradley, wow.
Yeah.
That's blowing my mind.
So does that make you feel better? Because you had nothing to do with Jodie and Craig, because when I went up to get Rosalind, they stayed with their dad. They didn't come with her.
Really?
Yeah. John wouldn't let the kids go.
So then you got Randy? Rosalind.
Yeah.
She come back down to Victoria and left the kids behind.
Yeah. Mm.
Why? Like I know he said no, but...
Once again, back in those days, did she have a choice? No.
True. So what happened with them? Like I've talked to them a couple of times on Facebook.
No idea. We had no contact with them at all.
You just didn't hear from the kids again after that.
Well, they were still very little, and because of John's influence, they were really bad mouthing.
Really?
Yeah. You're nothing but a slut, and you can fuck off any time, sort of.
Did that flood through the family?
Anyway.
Did the family turn their back on her?
On Rosalind? No, I don't think so. None of us were ever close to one another.
I just remember, I don't know, it's very, very foggy. I don't know.
No, not so much turn their back on her, but we were never brought up to be a very close family.
Yeah.
And that's where I get my goal from. I wanted to make a close family. As in my family.
Yeah.
Back then, we knew we could count on each other if we needed to, but
Yeah.
as far as day-to-day contact, yeah, no.
Okay, so you went up and you picked up Rosalind.
Yeah. Good girl.
And then, I honestly don't know how she would have left her kids. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like even the shit that we went through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather have gone through what I did than lose yours. Yeah. So I don't know.
So when she come back down to Victoria, fuck, that would have been so hard for her.
Yeah.
Was it hard? Like, did it seem to kill her inside?
I honestly got no memory of it now.
No,
I
okay.
don't know. I think she went down to Mum.
Yeah.
It was down in Rosebud at the time.
So when did you move out of the house?
Well, after that, I never came back. That's when I met Tony,
Yeah.
Tiani's dad.
Yeah.
Um,
So you met Tony and then you moved out.
yeah.
Okay.
I sort of just never went back home.
So how did you meet Tony?
I'd met some friends up there.
Was he like he was like your second boyfriend, wasn't he, Tony? Second or third?
Yeah, not many.
Yeah.
I don't actually think. Oh, my memory. I don't know what happened after I got Roz out of the house.
Yeah. And sort of all just goes black.
Yeah, just all goes black. And then to Tony,
Yeah.
where I met him. We got married
How did you meet him?
just through friends,
Friends.
visiting friends
Was he a chef when you met him?
in the army.
Was he in the army?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah.
I thought he was just a chef.
No, he was cook in the army.
Wow. Well, there you go.
Yeah. We got married, that didn't work out, so I left.
Don't you skip over that shit. You didn't just meet, marry, and leave. You had Tiani. So how long were you together with Tony? Because you guys, Tiani was born in South Australia, wasn't she? How the fuck did you get to South Australia?
Well, he got transferred down with the army.
So you guys met in Melbourne and
In
he was
Queensland.
what?
Yeah, I just said back then, you just rewind this and have a look.
No,
I told you
you
I
saved Rosalind from Queensland and then you came back down to Victoria.
No, I don't think I made it back to Victoria. I stayed in Queensland.
So
That's
you
why I
sent
say
Rosalind on a train and went, adios.
Well, I'm not sure what happened to her.
Oh, okay. Bye, bitch! What the fuck?
So, well, that's what my memory does. I mean, yeah,
So
she got back in.
something happened.
Yes.
We know she made it safely. Because her story continues on in Melbourne.
Oh, dear.
So then you met Tony in
I
Queensland.
met Tony in Queensland.
How did you meet him? 'Cause
We were just at somebody's place.
yeah.
I was at somebody's place and he came and visited that same somebody and we met. Like there was a lot of people there and we met and we started talking and we got on. So
Yeah.
we started going out together.
Yep.
And then after about a year, we thought he wanted to get out of the army.
Yep.
So he put in for a transfer. No, he actually went AWOL.
What?
And we went down to South Australia.
He just
Yeah,
didn't show up for work one day.
yeah. We went down to South
What the-
Australia and no,
No!
we went
That's
to
the
Melbourne.
charm.
We went to Melbourne.
So you did go to Melbourne.
Yes.
How's Randy? Rosalind.
Don't know. Anyway, the army people caught up with him because he did go.
So
AWOL.
he, you were in Queensland. He
Yeah.
went. He just didn't show up for work one
Yeah,
day.
I didn't want to stay in Queensland. I wanted to go back home.
Yeah.
So he said, "Oh, we'll come."
Okay, so the berries just fucked off down to Melbourne. He went AWOL.
And the MPs rocked up wherever we were and said, "Where is he?" Oh, okay.
Did they find him?
Yeah.
What happened? Did he get in trouble?
He got
He would have got shit.
he got discharged. So they had to send him over to South Australia for his discharge.
And then that's how you guys ended up over there.
That's how we ended up over there.
Right.
And then we thought, oh, well, we'll get married.
Weren't you scared that he got discharged? Like, what the fuck were you going to do for money?
I don't know. Yes.
Love is in the air.
Whatever.
So you're in South. Was Tiana even bought by now, or still not yet?
Not yet. We got married.
Yep. What was the wedding like? Really?
Oh my God, that was a joke.
Really? What happened?
Oh, because it was discharged, we had no money.
Oh yeah.
I ended up having to borrow his sister's wedding dress, and she's like, this thin? So it was,
Yeah.
it was as tight as buggery. It was in the backyard, and we couldn't afford any flowers, and there was no garden per se in the backyard. It was just a yard and a fence.
Yeah.
So we went and bought a whole heap of plastic, like carnations, just single carnations, and we just stuck them right around. And then I had a bunch of 6.
Oh, how very cute. Wow. So you walked down the aisle with random carnations scattered along your garden
Yes, yes.
in a dress that you can't breathe in.
That's right. And I couldn't probably do it up anyway at the back.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it turned out that after Tiani was born, she was never Tony's parents' granddaughter. She was always, like, the way they referred to her, she was always my daughter.
Did they not like you?
No.
Why?
And I was never Tony's wife. I was always the girl that he married.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. And nobody ever, the only time Tiani was ever picked up by his family was for family photos. And I thought, well, fuck this, I'm going.
Wow.
So I left and I went back to Melbourne and I took Tiani with me.
So what happened with Tony? He just went, bye bitch!
Wasn't that horrible? He bought me a suitcase and a one-way train ticket.
So judgmental. Wow, chivalry is dead. Really?
Yep.
Why does it seem like he didn't give a fuck about you? Did he give a fuck about you in the beginning?
No, obviously not much.
Wow. So then you took the... What the fuck? Wow.
Yeah. And none of his family tried to talk me out of it. You know, there was even the first, I was married before I had Tiani. The first Christmas, I was pregnant. I was 6 months pregnant.
Yep.
It was the first Christmas in our house. His sister had to drive right past my front door to get to his parents' place for Christmas Day.
Yep.
Not one person dropped in and said, "Wait, you want to come with us?" Because Tony put into work.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He put in for the
Oh.
Christmas shift because it was worth money. So all his family basically drove past my front door and nobody called in.
Wow.
So I thought, well, that's fucked. So yeah, when she was 4 months old at her christening, I thought, no, I've had enough.
So when did you leave Tony? How old was Tiani?
4 months.
She was 4 months old. Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I'm getting no recognition. The family that I thought I was going to be married into, once again, looking for the family.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't
Nothing.
going to happen. Wow. So when you think about it, I've spent my whole life looking for a family.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So then Tiani was 4 months. How old were you? I know, right?
You're not allowed to ask me hard questions. I think I would have been 25.
Oh wow.
Because I think she's 25 years older than me.
Yep.
So I would have been 25.
So then you got on your one-way train ticket. So then you went back to
No.
Grandad?
Where did I go?
You had Tiani, so I reckon you go somewhere set up.
No, because Dad was with Hilda at this time.
Yeah.
So I had to go back to Mum.
Ugh.
No.
How did that go?
Yeah, it didn't.
Did she accept Tiani?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was all good.
Yeah. Oh,
But-
yeah, okay, that still makes sense with my story, yeah. No, in my head,
Yep.
the way that me and Tiani were both brought up when we were babies,
Yep.
your side of the family thought the world of Tiani. Like always hugging her, always kissing her and cooing over her.
Yeah.
But when it came to me, it was like Braylon, Nolene, all of them are all like, that's David's child. No. Especially when all this shit with David came to light. It was, wow, Dish is his kid, so I basically got shunned by your family. But in saying that, when we were with David's side, Tiani used to get shunned and I used to be the golden child. Because I was David's kid and she wasn't. So I felt,
Back before all the shit, on David's side, Tiani was the be-all and end-all. Because she was this tiny little petite thing.
okay, and they were all very
She
big.
was a real girly girl.
And David's side was always like big family.
Yeah.
I remember them all being big.
Yeah. And when you came along,
It could have been a fake memory that I made
yeah,
up.
I don't think there was much difference. Tiani got a little bit more attention because she was the tiny little petite photographic
Yep.
type person. Whereas you were the one that was always, you always managed to find the mud puddle. Basically. No, I don't think there was any favouritisms
No?
on either side. Not before the David shit. I think
So
we were
maybe
both-
my memories must kick in with the David shit.
Yeah.
Because yeah, that's one thing that's always stuck with me. When I was with your side of the family,
Yeah.
I always felt like a second class citizen
After the David shit.
after the David
Yeah.
shit. But then when I was with David, like, and his side of the family, I was treated like royalty.
You were never with David and his family after the David shit.
That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's just a feeling.
Maybe. I don't know, something might trigger later.
Because, yeah, you were both, from what I remember, you were both treated pretty much the same.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah. If anything, you got more preferential from David's side. Because Jan, she could actually make some decent clothing for you.
Yep.
Whereas with Tiana, you had to say this tiny little thing. You know, whereas you can actually see what you're making for you because you're a little bit bigger.
Yep.
You weren't stick thin. No, I shouldn't say that. But yeah, no, we're both the same.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, on both sides.
Okay, so then your side of the family treated Tiani nicely and all the rest of it. So then, what happened after that? So you got to Melbourne, and you've got Tiani, and you were living with Mum.
Yeah.
So how long did that go on for? Was she nice to you, or was she like a helicopter grandparent, if that's a thing?
No,
or...
no. She was never really a grandparent.
No?
No.
She was hardly a mum, so I couldn't imagine
There you
being a
go.
grandparent.
And that's what makes me think that there was not much affection in the home when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Because as a grandmother, there was no affection.
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. But no, it was just somewhere to live.
Yep.
And then her and Rex, because they lived in St Kilda.
Rex!
Yeah.
That name rings a bell.
Yeah, that was Mum's other half.
Did I meet him?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a photo of me. I don't know where it is now. We were inside a house. I think it might have been housed in Victoria, but I'm not really sure. I don't think so. But this guy had black hair. It wasn't David, and it was just like all you could see was his side profile. And the picture is me and him, and we're both looking down at this box that had all these little holes in it, and it was one of them ball bearing things. So you put the ball bearing in the corner, and you've got to tip it and tilt it and move it.
Oh, okay,
to
yeah,
make
yeah.
it avoid the holes to get to the other end of the maze. Who was that guy in that photo? I know, random question, right? It would have been, where's that gate? But no, who was the dude in the photo?
How old was he?
He was an adult. So I was probably 5. If I had to place the photo in a memory, it would be that Easter day with the egg in the fence photo. He had very like nicely trimmed hair, like it wasn't scruffy,
Yep.
clean shaven. It's not sounding like Rex.
Oh, no.
No?
No.
No. That might have been somebody else's husband.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Could have been Granddad.
No, it wasn't Granddad. No, I know what he looks like.
Okay.
I can pick him in any photo.
Younger than him?
Yeah. He looked like somebody's dad.
One of your cousins' dad?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, could be.
But the photo looked like that I had a relationship with him.
Oh, okay.
Like just the closeness and the fact that it looked like he was teaching me how to use the game.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's alright.
No idea.
I can't expect you to get someone's name from
Thank you.
profile and groomed black hair and clean shaven. Good luck with that. Okay, so
Gosh.
so you're in Melbourne, you're just about to leave Nan's place. What happened? Like, how did the steps of leaving Nan's place come about? Because back then it was, you would have had to have had a guy, wouldn't you? Or did you just go, oh, I'm being a free independent woman, hear me roar?
No, at the time, because I just left Tony then,
Yeah.
I met my very first boyfriend. He was the rubbish man.
So before Tony, there was a rubbish guy.
Yeah, way back when I was in school.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
What happened with him? Why did you end up with him?
He was too jealous and possessive.
You know how to draw them, do you? Don't you?
Yeah, I know. But he was the rubbish man for St Kilda.
Yeah.
And
Was he the same rubbish guy in Victoria, like in Rochester? No, I don't think that story would have carried on that long.
I've got no idea where you're going with that either.
There was a bunny. I don't know, because we used to have the guys that stood on the back of the truck and then they used to.
Yep.
So back in those days, you could actually talk to them and stuff like that, and you had relationships with these garboed men.
Yeah.
That's weird. But I remember this one guy. He wasn't like a dad age. He was like 20 odd. I'd put him at when I was itty bitty. But for ages, they had this bunny hanging from the back of the truck.
Yeah.
It was minging. I think it might have been Roger Rabbit, because I'm picturing red overalls. But he was minging. And he was hanging on the back of the truck for ages. And then one day I've gone, can I have him? And they've gone, sure. So I had a dumpster bunny. And is that a thing? Did I have a dumpster bunny?
I don't know. I don't remember it. It probably wasn't high on my priority list of things to remember.
I think it'd be one of those things where you just had no idea that I had it. And I just came home with this dumpster bunny. I remember that. That's crazy. But no, that's completely off topic to yours. I can't imagine that being your boyfriend.
No. And
So, before Tony, you met this guy.
like way back in school.
Yep, and then you married Tony.
Yeah.
And then he's come back into your life again.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we just got chatting and it was very cool and calm. And I'd also met David.
Yep.
And I think Mum thought, oh, hello, you know, she's on the prowl and she's going to be bringing men home and blah, blah, blah. And her and Rex were moving. They were getting out of St Kilda.
Yep.
And Mum basically said to me, well, you can come with us, but you have to live by my rules. There are no men to be brought in under my roof.
Okay.
So basically I've got to join the nunnery or go and live with David.
Or Garbo.
Well, Garbo Man wasn't an option. I wasn't actually seeing him.
Oh, okay.
We were just
catching
mates.
it.
Yeah. I was working on that, but well, the option wasn't to go and move in with David, but he was the only option I had. Short of living in the nunnery with Mum. So they were my only
So
two.
how long were you dating David before?
Not long.
Not long? Was it happy? Like, how did you meet him?
No.
Like, you...
He was just,
If you can't tell, this is basically what we're leading up to, this whole David saga. So, we got there in the end.
takes a while.
Okay, so when was the first time that you laid eyes on him?
He ages prior to that, he used to go out with Rosalind.
Really?
Yeah. That didn't work out.
That was when Rosalind came back from Queensland?
Yeah. This is years down the track now.
Okay. So you met Tony, you divorced Tony when you were about 25?
Yeah.
So how old were you when you met David? Oh, was Tiana still itty bitty or walking or
Itty bitty.
itty bitty, so crawling?
Yeah. So it was probably 2 months after
Yep.
I'd met David. And he'd just come round to visit Mum. And yeah, we got chatting. And then there was no love or anything like that. But because I was put in the position of the nunnery or a home, you know, where I can actually
Have freedom.
have freedom, so I thought. I picked that one. Bow.
So you never actually went on a date, or
No.
you basically come around to your mum's place one time and you
Yeah.
went, fuck it, that's an option.
Yeah, that's my only option that I could see,
Wow.
because she was basically going to tell me how to raise Tiani.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to bring anybody home, and I couldn't. If I met somebody, I wasn't allowed to leave Tiani with Mum and Rex while I went on a date.
Because heaven forbid you should have your own time.
There you go. So that was, to me, that was a prison.
Yeah.
So that was never an option.
Wow.
And I think that's where I started the disrespect for her to put me in that position.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
And I thought, well, really?
Yeah, I'm your daughter, and
Yeah.
like you would only just been through the shit with Tony, and you've got a newborn baby, and
Yeah.
now all of a sudden it seems like yeah, wow.
Yeah, so that didn't work out.
So, in the time, so like within 7 months or something, you were living with David.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did he have a house and stuff, or
No, he had nothing.
he had nothing? Wow. Okay. So then, yes.
Can't even think of
Wow.
where we moved to first.
Was it ever, before I come along, was it ever happy?
No.
Like, did you ever have any, like, first dates? How long were you together? Anything like that, like first dates, or?
No, I've never been happy, madly in love, happy. Never.
So when did I come along? Like, how long were you with David before you found out you were pregnant with me?
Year and a half.
Oh, wow.
Well, you think about Tiani's age,
Oh, I suppose we're 3 or 4 years apart.
you're 2.5.
2.5, is it?
Yeah.
What year was she born?
81.
Yeah,
Early 81, you're late 84.
yeah. So you were dating David for a while.
Living here.
Were there any signs? Like, what was life
No.
with him before me?
Oh, it was very day to day, just boring shit.
Uneventful. Were there any signs that he could do what he ended up doing to you?
No.
Did
Not-
he ever rape you? Or
Not at the time, not while I was living with him, or while we were married. There was none of that, but looking back and knowing what I know now,
yeah,
there was so much emotional, financial, family orientated, controlling, just unbelievable.
what do you mean?
I could never, like he used to work all the time,
What did he do for work?
when we had the pizza shop, mainly.
So you guys had that pizza shop before me?
No. There was nothing much. I didn't do much before you were born. But then,
Well, you had Tiani.
oh yeah,
Well, that's why you didn't do much, because you were a mum.
yeah. And then you come along, and then a little bit down the track, when we got the pizza shop, he was always tied up with that, and I'd get a babysitter, and I'd go out with David's sister, Jan.
Yeah.
At the time, I thought, oh, this is nice, I've actually got a friend, and we can go out. But I found out later on that David would give her money to take me out,
Yeah.
so that she could keep an eye on me, and I wouldn't find
And that was from the beginning.
Yeah. I didn't realise.
So there were signs.
If you knew what you were looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
So was he was obviously allowed his own free reign. He could do what he wanted.
yeah. Yeah, I found out, this was after I left, I found out that he'd been having an affair the whole time. And in fact, the day that you were born, he wasn't there because he was up with his girlfriend.
I remember you said something about that, and then because I remember growing up, I fucking hated my fucking name with a goddamn passion.
Yeah.
Like if I could get paid for hating my birth name, I'd be a fucking millionaire. I hated my name.
No,
Did you ever like my name?
no, I didn't.
Okay, and then for those of you playing at home, my actual birth name was Stacy. I know, right? The typical fat white girl name. Ugh, hated it.
But your real name was supposed to be Casey Therese.
Really?
Yeah. That's what
Is that why all of our dogs were named Casey? Did you subliminally message that shit into my head?
Might have. But that was the name I had picked out for you all along.
So how?
Well,
I know I ended up coming out, like I ended up being a big ass baby.
Yeah.
Like, big ass baby. Like to the point where
10.4 kilo.
nothing much has changed.
Pounds.
What was it? 10 point?
10 pound 4 ounces.
How long? Like 22 inches or something? I was longer than Tiani. I remember that.
Yeah. I don't know. 26 is ringing a bell.
26.
I don't know.
No wonder I got stuck.
So you ended up coming by cesarean.
Yeah, because in labour, I sort of got to hear, didn't I? And then it was like, the doctor's like,
Look them in this way.
oh, push her back in. Fish her out by her feet.
Yeah, so I was out to it,
Yeah.
and the nurse brought the form around, and he filled out Stacey Kristen
Wow.
after his sister.
And that's the one with the hair
Yeah,
that I always get.
that's dead.
Yeah.
Chrissy.
Yeah. I never met her, did I?
Oh, you did, but
Too
I
young to
wouldn't
know.
remember. Yeah. So that's how you got your name.
So gross. So did he ever hit you before me?
No.
Did he ever like call you names before me?
Yep.
It was you basically unloving relationship.
Yeah.
A relationship of convenience.
Yeah.
So why the fuck? Why did you have me if there was no love?
Oh, someone with lots of kids.
But with him? I suppose if the urge is that strong.
It wasn't horrible. I didn't hate him.
I suppose at the time he didn't hit you. Did he rape you?
When?
Before me?
No.
So,
Oh no.
no, me. That means yes in a roundabout way.
I gotta pee. Alright.
So he didn't beat you before me? And there was no physical, not physical, verbal abuse? No?
No.
Did he ever rape you before me?
Oh. You'd probably call it rape.
Did you consent?
No, it's a bit hard to consent when you're asleep. So I used to wake up and we'd be having sex.
Is that how I was conceived?
No.
Because I always had it in my head that I was conceived through rape.
No. Not the rape that I would. Not what I would call rape, no.
Not the rape that eventually came out of you.
No.
But the whole sleep sex.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'd call that rape.
Yeah, but having experienced both kinds, sleep rape and
Have you ever felt passionate? Like, have you ever been like, oh my god, I love this dude, everything is consensual, everything's loving?
no, not ever. Not with anybody. Never.
Wow.
I think it's a more of a and I don't want to be alone type thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but as I get older, it's more don't be with the one. There's a song that's called "Don't Be with the One You Can Live With. Be with the one you can't live without." And I'm growing into that.
Because yeah, I've always had it in my head that I was a product of rape. Always. But I've always, whenever I've told people my story, like the itty bitty version of it, it was, yes, I was a product of rape, but it wasn't like that. I knew that my mum always wanted a big family. So even if it was, she was forced or not to have sex that night to conceive me, it was a blessing in your eyes regardless of how it happened.
Yeah, but I can honestly say no.
And you're not saying that just...
No. No, that's what this is all about, honesty.
Yeah.
No. We weren't at that stage.
Like the sleep rape, it wasn't in your eyes a problem.
No.
No?
No. I don't think it started then. It was more once we got into the pizza shop era.
So when did the pizza shop come in?
You keep asking hard questions.
It's because I want a timeline.
That's one thing I don't have.
Did he have the pizza shop before me?
No.
So it was after me?
Yeah. You weren't born in Rochester.
What?
You weren't born in Rochester.
Where the fuck was I born?
Spotswood, Williamstown. That's close around Melbourne. He used to work on the docks.
What did he do for work? Like working on the docks doing what?
Working on the docks. I don't know.
Like dealing with boats?
No,
Is
just
that a dock?
down on the wharfs, but it wasn't working with boats. It was, I think it was loading and unloading and
Yeah.
whatever they did down on the wharfs.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were conceived down at Spotswood.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
I still wasn't madly in love with him, but
So you were happy when I was born? And when you found out I was the thing?
oh, over the moon.
Over the moon?
Yeah,
Was he?
yeah.
So when did all... See, this is where the story starts getting hard now, because it's like involving me and my memories.
Yeah, and you want timelines. Which is never going to happen.
Well, we might leave it there.
Yeah.